Anytime I come on the block, just know one thing. I ain't coming on the block to bullshit. I'm coming on the block to take over. And y'all know what that means. If you a street hustler, you know what that means. When I come on the block, I came to take over.
For the former Turkey Leg Hut owner, federal prosecutors say the turkeys have come home to roost.
You're not going to believe what the FBI just uncovered in Houston, one of the city's most famous food spots. Turkey Leg Hut known. According to FBI reports, the owners were allegedly moving more than just food. They were using Turkey Leg Hut branded bags to distribute. Yeah, the same bags people thought were filled with turkey legs were allegedly being used in a whole different type of hustle.
This news is diabolical. I'm not knocking your man Hustle, but I'm just saying, you were very messy, and I guess karma caught up to you. When you moving the way you were moving, you gotta be low-key under the radar. You can't make this much noise. Obviously, somebody about to get caught, and someone gonna tell on you. In this case, the Turkey Leg Hut owner actually paid, or should I say allegedly paid, somebody $1,400 to commit arson. That's ridiculous right there. Not only that, in the RICO charges, now they bringing up new charges of alleged marijuana sales. Yeah, he was the plug. He wasn't only selling turkey legs. No, baby. He was selling bowls, if you understand what I mean. Now, let me read something to you right now. Lynn Price, former co-owner of Houston's Turkey Leg Hut, is facing serious federal charges, including allegations of orchestrating a large-scale marijuana distribution operation from his restaurant. Eesh, I'm telling you, they about to take all his money now. FBI Special Agent Deborah Klein testified that up to 1,000 pounds of hydroponic marijuana sourced from California was stored and sold at the establishment, with the products packaged in bags branded with the Turkey Leg Hut logo. So instead of THC, it was said TLH. Your boy was bugging right now. These revelations emerged during a detention hearing related to Price's alleged involvement in the 2020 arson of Bar 5015, a venue owned by his former business partner. While Price has not been formally charged with drug offenses, prosecutors argue that he masterminded the operation while distancing himself from the direct involvement. Price has also pleaded not guilty to the arson charges and is currently seeking release on bond, with the court yet to make a decision on his bail status. Now, we all know, my only problem here is that we have certain states where marijuana is legal. They need to fix that right there. I'm not going to count your boy out just solely on the marijuana charges. Why? We have big corporations getting into the marijuana business, and it's perfectly legal for them to do it. So I don't see why it wouldn't be legal for him. Although he should have separated the two. It's his fault for going that route. Sit back and react with your boy. We're going to see how this is about to play out. Let me stop wasting your time. Let's go ahead and press play. Don't forget, if you like content like this, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
3 bombshell claims in the federal arson case against the former Turkey Leg Hut co-owner.
Yeah, Lisa and Andy, for the former Turkey Leg Hut owner, federal prosecutors say the turkeys have come home to roost, they say, for years. So in the past, Lynn Price went to federal prison on tax fraud-related charges. Once he got out on supervised release, prosecutors allege that he's been involved in other criminal activity, including paying a co-defendant in this arson case to steal vehicles and heavy machinery. The FBI agent testified under oath that same co-defendant admitted to bringing truckloads of hydro marijuana from California that would be stored at the Turkey Leg Hut and then got sold at the restaurant in custom branded packaging. Prosecutors allege Lynn Price got the proceeds and gave some of the money to that co-defendant. And while he's not charged connected to those allegations specifically, Price's attorney argues he is not a danger to the community. He's actually helped the community after natural disasters.
Backdoor BBLs and half-price felonies. Y'all are really trying it. Here's your latest on the Turkey Leg Hut scandal. I'm Bobby Penn, the voice of the culture. Let's talk about it. Child, as if this Turkey Leg Hut saga couldn't get any more crazy, the Tubi movie is literally writing itself. Last week, I reported that the former co-owner of Turkey Leg Hut, Lindell Price, was arrested and indicted on federal charges. Well, the Houston Chronicle was on top of it, honey, and they released not one but 2 articles today updating us on some of the charges and what actually was going on behind this infamous Turkey Leg Hut.
I never forget the day when I learned about this establishment. How I learned about it? There was something floating around the internet where this restaurant actually had a dress code, but the things that were taking place at the restaurant didn't kind of match with the rules of the dress code. You had girls twerking, dancing, bugging out. I'm talking about doing the impossible. But at the same time, they want you to dress a specific way. I don't understand, because the dress code didn't go along with the behavior. Hey, that's the only reason why I was aware of this establishment. Never tasted food. Y'all let me know if y'all like the food, you understand? But there's a lot of controversy behind this.
An FBI agent testified on Thursday that more than just meat was being sold from this restaurant. They allegedly were selling bags of marijuana disguised in their branded restaurant bags, like as if people were taking to-go orders. And when I say bags of marijuana, I mean like large quantities. Lawyers representing Lynn Price, as well as the Justice Department, argued about whether or not he would be eligible for bond. The FBI is saying Price could face 20 years in prison. Now, we already talked about Armani Williams, who was arrested last week, but John Lee has now come forward to admit his involvement in the 2020 arson and explosion of Bar 5015. Lee was an employee of Price working at the Turkey Leg Hut. Lee is also who admitted to the Turkey Leg Hut being a cover-up for selling pounds and pounds of marijuana. At this time, Lynn Price has not been charged with any drug-related crimes, but that may change. 5015 is now one of Houston's hottest hangs, and it's owned by Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers was also a co-owner of Turkey Leg Hut, along with Lynn Price's then wife. Nakia Holmes, Price's ex-wife, also spoke exclusively to Essence, discussing how her marriage to a narcissist completely destroyed her business. She's also pleading not guilty. She's quoted as saying, "In light of the recent events involving my estranged husband, Lynn Price, I want to make it clear that my primary focus remains on protecting my peace, my children, and our healing journey. This is a deeply painful and personal matter. I have been separated from Mr. Price for some time and have taken every necessary step to distance myself and my family from his actions and legal affairs."
I also heard, there's a lot of rumors. I don't know how true this is, but I heard a few rumors that he's actually attacking, verbally. I don't think physically, but the wife, the kids, anybody who got something to say about this right here, who he was cool with. So your man is crashing out.
"My children and I ask for privacy, compassion, and understanding as we continue to move forward with strength and grace."
Let me say this. Man, there's so much going on, but I tell somebody all the time, let me say it. It's not the cars. Turkey Leg Hut didn't buy the cars.
I bet.
At all.
I bet.
Almost like in the streets dealing with work.
The ZaZa.
One car and flipped it. Took one car and flipped it. If you really want to know the story.
Car must be cold for ZaZa.
Game to let you know. I took one car and flipped it and bought almost 80-some cars.
Let them know, yo.
Don't put your hands on me. Don't put your hands on me.
That's the wrong thing to
That's
do.
level 4 security.
It's the wrong
That's
thing to
level
do.
0. Don't put your hands on me.
I'm going in here.
That's fine. No, you're not. That's fine. It's simple. You can't come in here. That's fine. You got it? All right. Like I said, baby. Call it what you want.
Yo,
You're not coming in, baby. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's going to be World War III in this bitch. Don't do that. Don't do that. Same way you told me about over there. Ain't nothing going on, baby. Farming, especially. Let me call 911. Nothing, baby. Nothing. Let me call 911. Like, yeah. You get my stuff, baby.
Is that the ex-wife?
I am.
Right, and
I
then
am.
talk to me when I...
That's fine, baby. Stop touching me.
For me. What?
All right, thank you. Thank you for recording. You on private property, baby. Hey.
What's up with your boy voice?
Can I get the police out here if you don't mind?
Sound like he smoked 1,000 cigarettes when you wake up.
What is it? 4902 Alameda. Already have a protective order.
Sounds like it hurt to talk.
4902 Alameda. Thank you. 4902. Already in the system, baby. That's what we was waiting on. And everybody over here who is in there. Everybody's over here who I wanted to be here. Let's go. 4902. Yes, 4902.
What's this say right here? I read this is Carmen Key, the one you assaulted the other day. Well, I guess that's not the wife, the ex-wife. That must be an employee. As of this afternoon, under a federal restraining order, Lindell Price or anyone associated with him is prohibited from coming within 1,000 feet of the prep kitchen, the restaurant, or the parking lot. This includes you. As specified in paragraph 4 of the attached federal order, Lindell Leroy Price and his employees, contractors, security personnel, agents, representatives, and assigns shall not harass, threaten, or have any contact or communication. Wow, this is crazy right here. They sent this via text though? That's diabolical. It looked like it never went through. You see the exclamation mark, right?
Let's talk about Turkey Leg Hut and how this was created.
Things were all good just a week ago.
So we started in the field doing rodeo season. And our hustle at that time was shuttling people into the rodeo. And we had a barbecue pit on the field, and we were just selling turkey legs, boudin, and sausage on a stick. That wasn't our goal. But before we knew it, we had people actually coming to eat instead of going into the rodeo. And one of the things Lynn would do would just ask them to post on social media. Anybody that knows anything, Turkey Leg Hut started really by word of mouth. Mm-hmm. No marketing, no any of that. It was just asking, like the gift of social media.
I think the ZaZa was first, and this was second.
And before we knew it, we
funded this.
Now, how much money did you have to start with Turkey Leg Hut?
We didn't have any money to start.
I love these stories because people are all.
No, we didn't have any money to start with.
So y'all started.
You hear that?
No. Started with a hustle.
We started really.
We started with a real hustle. Started with a real hustle. Sheesh. This ain't age good right here, but like I said, things were all good just a week ago. Ain't that something right there, huh? All right, now, with that being said, go in the comments, run it up, flood it up. What's your observation of this whole mess right here? It got messy. It got real messy. His greed led him to crash out. He should have just, took one for the team and said, you know what? All right, cool. We're going to split. It's all right. You want to move down the block? That's fine. Now we just going to compete. But to burn the place down, man, you's a hater. You just showing that if they would have stayed there, you were not going to be successful. That's how I call it. You understand what I mean? I call a spade a spade. If it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, act like a duck, it's a duck, baby. Believe it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel.